evening and welcome to Monsters Among Us, Junior. I'm your guide, Derek Hayes. With me, as always, is the cryptid of the Kentucky woods herself, Delaney Bowers. She'll be joining us here shortly. I hope you all had an amazing Thanksgiving. I was in charge of cooking this year. I'm in charge of cooking every year. And I'm happy to report that I didn't burn a single thing. And not even one of my guests admitted to feeling ill. So I'd say it was all a success. But now we move into the month of December. Winter. Darkness. But no matter what month it is, we keep the calls coming here at Monsters Among Us Junior, beginning with this unusual entry out of the land of Enchantment, otherwise known as New Mexico. Genevieve, welcome to the program.
Hi, Derek. This is Genevieve from rural New Mexico, and me and my friends were just having a nice night out on our back porch, and we just get this overwhelming sense of dread after we had heard a couple of scratches behind the corner of our mom's office, like a grinding, growling sound. And the second something moves out of the corner of our eyes and the animals just freak out. Our cat goes berserk and the dogs just start running after it. It was a really long, white creature. We don't know exactly what it is, so if you have any information on it, maybe. Yeah, and we just all got this sense of dread at the exact same time. And just all three of us just immediately wanted to go inside. So, love the show and keep up the good work. Bye.
Thank you, Genevieve, for sharing your experience. You know, I've been doing this for a long time, sharing spooky stories. 9 years, this coming March, in fact. Most of that work was over on the main podcast, which I'm sure some of you listen to. And in that time, there were many occasions where I wished another witness to an event would call in and share from their point of view. Someone else to share their side of the story as to what was seen, or what they thought they saw. Now that sort of thing almost never happens. But it does tonight, because Genevieve wasn't alone the evening she saw the long white creature. She had her friends with her, and one of them also called in the experience. So also from the state of New Mexico, please welcome Gianna to the show.
Hi, Derek. This is Gianna. I live in rural New Mexico, and I'm with my two friends here, Rachel and Genevieve. And we were sitting out on the porch, and we were having a really good fun time. We had told scary stories earlier in the night, but nothing too scary, and we were all in a really happy, cheerful mood, and we were watching a video and laughing, and all of a sudden we hear a couple grunting, scratching, growling noises, close to, behind our backs, but a little ways away. Yeah, and it's been pretty windy lately, so we just kind of played it off as a scorpion something, or something like that, or animals. And we have goats close to that area, so we're it's just goats. We were sitting there, we weren't thinking anything of it, and I just want to mention, we have been at this house our entire lives, and we've never felt any kind of dread. No matter how scared we are, or our situation, we never feel this kind of dread. So anyway, we're all sitting here, we're having fun, and we're hearing these sounds, and in the side of our eye, we see a white, tall, lengthy figure move. And all of the animals sitting with us just go crazy, and I'm trying to get them inside safe, and the dogs just want to chase this thing. And we didn't really actually see it, we just saw it in the corner of our eyes, but at the same time, we all just got an overwhelming feeling of dread. And at the same time, we all were just let's go inside, right now. So we all just run inside, and we run to my bedroom, and we're heading out here for a second. And then I said, let's go to the French door and see if we can see anything. So we go to the French door, we didn't see anything, but we still felt this dread. Just wanted to call it in. Thank you so much, first-time caller. I hope you can use this on the show. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, Gianna. Well, it sounds like the two stories line up to me, but neither of them really say definitively what was seen that day. Could it possibly have been a Mexican wolf, which is a small wolf that mostly lives in Mexico, but has been known to live in New Mexico from time to time? Or maybe it was a mountain lion, which also live in the state of New Mexico. An all-white mountain lion. Although a white one would be extremely rare. I believe only 2 have ever been documented. Now, whatever it was, it sounds like it was attracted to the goats that Gianna mentioned, which to me suggests some sort of predator. A big cat, a big canine, something big. But you know, if a predator is interested in goats, I bet many cryptids would be as well. And New Mexico is full of them. So there's no telling what Genevieve, Gianna, and Rachel saw that day. But we thank them for sharing their story here with us and adding another creature to the long list of mysteries we've yet to solve.
Several decades ago, or a couple of decades ago now, I sound really old.
Okay, so there were a lot of doubters last night.
It just makes it easy for the sake of conversation.
Now, before we continue, a very brief but important message. Monsters Among Us Junior will be dark next week, so no new episode. But we will be back the following Wednesday with brand new content. So hopefully, we will see you then. Now that's my time for the evening, but I hand it over to your trusty MAU Mima, Delaney Bowers, who no doubt has something spooky in store for you. Have a good night, guys.
And Spooky's my middle name, y'all. Delaney Spooky Bowers. I mean, how else do you think I got this job in the first place? And here to keep that spooky train rolling down the tracks is Ronan, whose voice calls out to us from, well, somewhere on this terrestrial plane. Ronan, you have our attention.
Hi, I'm Ronan, and I have a story for you. So one time I was camping in Spain, and one time at night I needed to go to the bathroom. So I got out of the tent and ran to the campsite bathroom. When I was running, I looked behind, and I saw this thing that looked like a humanoid bus and was running towards me. I managed to get away from it. After I had gotten out of the bathroom, I decided to run in case the bus thing was expecting me. And when I was running, I looked behind me, and I saw this thing that looked like a shadow woman. It wasn't chasing me, it was just walking. Anyway, that's my story. Now, how do I turn this thing off? Oh, the end call.
See, this is why I stick to hiking in the woods during daylight hours. You can never be quite certain of what ghoulish woodland creature you'll run into once the sun has set. And while Ronan didn't share the exact location of this European campsite, I'd like to introduce you to another one of Spain's most magical, mystifying, and some even say fiendishly haunted hiking spots. El Bosque Encantado de Òrrius, more commonly referred to as the Enchanted Forest of Òrrius. Situated in the Catalonian region of northeastern Spain, the Enchanted Forest has often been described as a portal to another realm. Famous for the legends of goblins, witches, gnomes, and dwarves that dwell within its gnarled trees, the Enchanted Forest is also home to several looming prehistoric caves. And scattered about the forest are these massive stone carvings, too. These rocks take the shapes of elephants, crosses, and even human heads. Strangely enough, nobody knows who carved these figures or why they carved them in the first place. Visitors to the forest have also reported large amounts of bones and animal remains near the stones, leading some to believe the site has been used for darker occult rituals. So this information, paired with Ronan's terrifying encounter, leads me to one conclusion. Spain must be haunted as heck. Thanks for calling in, pal. Alright fam, put on those listening hats. Derek and I need your help. Monsters Among Us Junior simply wouldn't exist without your spine-tingling tales. So, if you have an eerie encounter you'd like to share, give our hotline a call. Just dial 1-833-MAU-KIDS. That's 1-833-MAU-KIDS. Or send a voice memo to monstersamongus.jr@gmail.com. If we could give you 1 million gold star stickers as a thank you, we would. And now, this Meemaw must take her leave. Krampus and I are headed out to shop for some new wicker baskets. But no need to holler, we'll be back soon enough with another Grade A episode of Monsters Among Us Junior. Until then, happy hauntings, hooligans. MAU Junior is written and produced by Derek Hayes and Delaney Bowers. Copyright, Red Crow Media. Additional support is provided by Sarah Carter Hayes. All media used in this production is done so under the protection of fair use. Give us a follow on our Instagram and Facebook pages. Just search MAU Junior to find us. And while you're at it, leave us a rate and review. That will really help others find the show. Tonight's score was provided by Iron Cthulhu Apocalypse, Co.ag Music, and Carl Casey at Whitebat Audio. And finally, the Monsters Among Us Junior theme was written and produced by Ali Mamarian.